Well, hello, my beautiful Pisceans. How are you, my gorgeous ones? So, first of all, I want to apologize for if you can hear the fan. It's kind of muggy here, and I'm back in San Diego, so you know that not every place has air conditioner because we don't need it usually. But I had to put the fan on, so I apologize if you can hear that in the background. so, um, you guys have some things going on, but let me tell you, there's some good news coming. All right, I know it doesn't feel like it right now, and you're like, you guys are almost doing what the Saggy stuff is. Saggies are doing, and just keeping hope, and just keeping working, and just keeping doing right, which is a little different than what you used to do way back in the day. So you've grown, and I'm proud of you. All right, welcome everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot and astrology and mediumship, all kinds of stuff to help you on your path. And by the way, I want to thank everybody for all the views. I want to thank you for subscribing, for liking. I've put my focus a lot more into YouTube right now because, like you guys, I'm growing too. So I'm going to start doing reviews of metaphysical stuff, metaphysical tools. I'm going to start doing reviews of tarot. And by the way, you see that I brought back the tarot and the astrology together. I'm going to do this very short video because I have an extended 2 videos on my website for download. They will be finished downloading probably in an hour. So after this is released, give me an hour and then I'll link them back to this video. Okay, they're only $2.99. You can buy both or just one. It's kind of up to you. Some people like both the tarot and astrology. Some people just like one or the other. So that's why I've separated it. But on that, I go into I go into much more detail about the houses and the aspects and really what's being prominent in the month of August. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started, my gorgeous ones. You have a really good spread too. So September, I know right now it doesn't feel like it. I've got this. This is August 16th that I'm releasing this. So August 16th, we have still this retrograde. We actually have the North Node, like looking back, right? And so we have Mercury retrograde right now. It doesn't feel like it. We still have Saturn retrograde. We still have Pluto retrograde. We still have Mars retrograde. Oh my gosh. We have Neptune retrograde. We have Chiron retrograde. We have Uranus retrograde. So are you kind of getting the picture as to why you're like having to redo things and nothing's coming forward and you're getting frustrated and it's not working like it used to work, and when is this time going to be over, and da 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 da, right? It's like we're tired. We're weary. We're tired. We're tired. Okay, so that, my darling ones, is about to end. Just hang in there and give it a couple more weeks. Like, it's gonna get better. I can tell people are already feeling better. Like, even today I can feel it in the energy. So let's go to September and talk about what's going to go on. So starting September 6th, all personal planets are direct. Yay! What does that mean for you guys? All that reworking, editing, fixing, trying to figure it out, people coming and going in your life, people aren't acting the way they should, you're looking at things differently, da 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 da. And every time you try something, it doesn't come through, and maybe you missed a meeting, and maybe you missed this person, and maybe you did, like, all of that is about to end. September 6th, we're going to have Saturn finally, finally. Saturn, I call him Big Daddy because he's the authority figure. He has all my hopes and dreams. He has all your hopes and dreams. But let me tell you, when Big Daddy produces, he is going to produce so much more than we ever dreamed. But he's like, come on, baby. I got your hopes and dreams. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep it coming. Come on, right? He just makes us work harder. But because when we get those dreams, they solidify and they stay in our life and they have that grounding energy, right? He's the authority of that. So he's finally going direct in your, like, in your groups, where you have your groups, where you have your networking, the things that you do for maybe your work or your career or your life path, right? Your purpose, not your life path, your purpose. So you've been really dealing with this, with Saturn here, with Pluto here. Mars has now gone in there and made you frustrated at some point. But Pluto's about control. Pluto's going to make you really understand that you are in control of you. Saturn has got your dreams in this area for you, right? And so when Saturn goes into there and Pluto goes into there, you find that maybe you've had some controlling friends that you sort of have been trying to, like, maybe for the last year, trying to figure out, oh, do I want to keep them? What, I thought they were one way, but it's another. Maybe they're really more controlling than I want. Like, that's Saturn. I mean, that's Pluto. Pluto likes to transform you and help you understand your power, right? Saturn has been in there. When Saturn's in there, Saturn is about where you really, let's just call it cutting the fat off of your friendships. Like cutting the fat off of your networking, the people around you, the friends around you, right? Your groups around you. Like really trimming the fat, right? And so when Saturn is in here, it's really making you, I don't know how to say this, trim. And so when Saturn finishes here, what it's making you do, or helping you understand, is the friends that are with you, the groups that are with you, the networking you do, they're not going anywhere. But the ones that were flyby and weren't going to mean anything anyway, or weren't going to have much, you know, cause in your life or produce much, or the way that you wanted things, they're going to be gone. And so that's kind of what you've been dealing with. And because it's this house, it has to do with your social groups, but also part of your work, part of your life purpose. Could have gone into your career part, right? So that's kind of what you've been dealing with. Now that he's direct, now that Saturn's direct, he's just beginning, right? But because all of the personal planets are direct, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, by the 6th, the Sun, well, of course the Sun, Mercury, because all these planets are direct, all these things that you've been working on, all this editing, all this revising, all this stuff. Now, you're not finished with the bigger planets because you still have some life lessons, you still have some stuff. They're not done. But these things that are your conscious awareness, that are the above the conscious awareness, but not totally subconscious, like in your realm, those things, and I can speak to you this way because you're Piscean, you understand. Those things are going to be moving forth now, okay? Saturn just happens to be in that place where you have your groups and your networks and all of that. Now, I'll go into more detail in that extended video. So, Saturn goes direct, and Mercury enters Virgo, right? So, Mercury entering Virgo, again, has to do with your relationships, your boundaries, what's going on there. So, Mercury has a message in your relationships. Mercury has a message where your boundaries are concerned, and the Sun is there to clear it up, right? So I can see on the 6th where you get some sort of message, you get some sort of news, you get some sort of something to clear this up in your relationship area, in your boundaries area, right? Because it's got to, so whatever planet goes into each house, they have to play by the house's rules. So Mercury's got to play by Virgo's rules. The Sun's got to play by Virgo's rules while it's in here. Virgo is very loving. Virgo is the wounded healer, but Virgo is very direct. Virgo is very organized, and Virgo wants to ground, bring to the physical, right? So whatever this message is about relationships, about your boundaries, it's going to come to a place where it's there to give you the way to ground it, to make it prominent and physical and stable in your life. Okay, that's the best way I can explain it without going into too much detail. Then on the 9th, we have the new moon in Virgo, right? So maybe you get this news and then you have the new moon. The new moon is about new beginnings, and I will do a new moon video on Virgo when the time comes. The new moon is new beginnings. And this has to do, all this has to do, let me make sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. So all this has to do, you're going to get new beginnings where your relationships are concerned. So you have new beginnings coming, and again, it's very grounding, it's very earthy. It can be critical depending on your aspect and what octave you are in these, whatever octaves you're pulling from these energies, from these planets. And I talked about that in the Piscean new full moon video, where I explain your perception has to do a lot with what's going on, right? And so whatever octave you're pulling from, whatever energy you're pulling, or whatever energy is meshing with you concerning these planets, you know, it could be some really good news, or it could be some really bad news, because it's going to get you to the good news, right? So whatever this is, it's very grounding. And because Virgo, every sign, every planet has their octaves. They have the lesser evolved energy and the more evolved energy, or the way that you guys like to say it. They have the lower energy or the higher energy, right? And so Virgo can be very critical. So it kind of depends on where you are, what your aspect is, the type, you know, where you are and which phase of life you are. Because again, what hits a 20-year-old may not necessarily hit a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old or 50-year-old. We're all going through our thing. So on the 9th, this is when we have new beginnings, new moon. But with the new moon, I get excited because when I look at these charts, I'm looking at it from your ascending, but you can look at it from your sun and moon, okay? It just means look at it from that perspective, right? And so I get excited because fate, destiny, completions, all that can come through when the new moon comes through, okay? So that's on the 9th. Then on the 23rd, so 8th, 9th, some people, 22nd, 23rd, some people, it just depends on where you are in the world, okay? So on the 23rd, the sun is, and you see Mercury as well, moving into Libra. So Libra's, it's got to play by the house's rules, right? And Libra is about balancing. Libra is about getting everybody what they want, right? Libra is about everybody gets what they want. And so when the sun and Mercury go in there, there is clarity, and there's a message, and this has to do with your shared resources, right? So I'm just making sure I'm at the right house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8th house. So this has to do with shared resources, other people's money. So there could be a message, whatever you've been working on in this house. Maybe it's a lawsuit. Maybe it's purchasing a house. Maybe it's a loan. Maybe it's a grant. Maybe it's you and your spouse. Whatever this is, there's a message coming and some clarity coming in this house, okay? That's going to be happening on the 23rd, 22nd. For some of you, it depends on where you're at in the world. Now, on the 25th, we have this full moon in Libra, okay? So on the 25th, the full moon over here is directly across the sun. That's what a full moon is. And so you can look at it as lighting it, the darker aspects. So shedding some light on something that's being hidden, right? And so if you look, there's something about hidden resources and your value, because this is you, Pisces, your value that's going to come up, okay? And because it's a full moon, and it's going to be very balanced, it's an easier energy, but because it's a full moon, there are completions, there are letting go of what no longer serves you. And again, I have a new moon video, I have a full moon video about how to use these energies. I always either put them in a link in the description box below, an icon above. Either way, you'll be able to find it. So I would look at those if you haven't. And you can look at them again. You can use them as you need them. So this has got to be about other people's money and the value you put to you, right? And so there's going to be some light being shed where you understand, and this could be an old subject. I mean, it doesn't have to be new. Or, you know, something that could come up where you're like, I've done that before. You know, that looks like it used to be, and I'm letting that go. I don't need that, right? Something's going to get clarified for you, okay? And it has to do with you honoring yourself, because this is Aries, right? All right, so that's the full moon in Libra. And again, I'll have the full moon, new moon videos in their specific signs in another video. So the one last thing, because this is going to be a beautiful full moon. Remember, if it's shedding light on what no longer serves you, then you're doing work in that. But if you've been doing work, which you have, with this North Node, South Node, you know, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, and I have those videos out too. If you've been doing work with your North Node, South Node, the lunar, solar eclipse, letting go what no longer serves you, completing these contracts, moving into a new phase of life, if you're doing that, then this full moon can be about manifestation. It can be about bringing something forth on your path. It can be about something showing up. Remember, if you have room in your energetic field, then you have room for your abundance to come in, right? If you've let go of these past things. So the last thing that I did want to share is that on the 29th, now I like to look at conjuncts as between 5 degrees and 8 degrees. I really like 8 degrees. 5 degrees is really a lot. It really will produce. But I like 8 degrees to 5 degrees to 8 degrees. So on the 29th, 29th, 30th, 28th, 29th, 30th, for some of you, the 1st of October, Venus, this is the closest it's going to get to Jupiter. And this is in your house of belief system. This is in the house of bigger understanding of, I mean, I'll go into great detail about what this house is in the extended video. But this is the closest it's going to get to Jupiter before it goes station and then retrogrades back. Okay, and then it won't hit Jupiter until I think it's November and December, where it really, like, not just conjuncts, but goes direct on it, like it's on it. And so when those two planets, they can produce a lot on their own, but when they get together, they can produce big, big things, right? Because Jupiter is the teacher, the guru. Jupiter has been expanding this house for you, expanding this belief system, expanding. Maybe you're learning astrology. Maybe you're, I mean, I'll go into more detail over there. But when Venus comes in any house, he wants to give love, luck, or money, or she wants to give love, luck, or money, right? And so on the 29th, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're almost conjunct, but they're not conjunct, and that's the closest they're going to get. And it's almost like they're yelling at each other to try to get their information together to bring you something, but they're not close enough to hear each other. So maybe they're hearing, you know how when you're on the phone with somebody and you're like, that, yeah, and la la la, yep, that, like that. It's like that's how they're speaking to each other. They're trying to get the information together because they want to bring you something in this house. And so I feel like, from your perspective in your life, you may get on the 28th, 29th, 30th, or the 1st, for wherever you are in the world, you may get like a sneak peek of what's coming up for you. It won't actually solidify until November, December, but you may get a sneak peek of what's coming up, right? So be aware of that. I just want you to be aware of that because that's important, I think. Because I think the more that we know about where we're going, we don't need to know all the details, but we kind of know where we're headed. That makes us feel better, right, Pisces? So that's all I'll say about that. Then Venus is going to go retrograde, and I'll have that for the October videos. I don't know if I mentioned this here, but I am going to start doing the reviews for tarot readings. Tarot readings, tarot, and all kind of metaphysical. So look for that. I'm trying to again focus more on my YouTube. So there's more stuff coming. So oops, sorry about that. Let's look. I was thinking about YouTube, so I started talking about. I clicked that one. Let's look at your tarot. I think I have to move this. I'm sorry. Hold on just a second. Because I apologize. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that will work. Okay. So, for your tarot reading, so this is the 4-card spread. Again, in the extended tarot, I'll do a full spread. We'll talk about your life path. We'll talk about your money, your career, and your love life. Okay. So for now, in September, your first position, this is you in the month of September. You have news coming of, for some of you, money. For others of you, this is a person that you're going to meet. It kind of depends on where you're at. But this person, if it's a person, they're a page. They're here to help you laugh again. They're here to help you have a little bit of stability. They're not here to stay. They're here to entertain you. They're here to really show you that things can be stable in not in a relationship, but in maybe dating or in love. But they're not here to stay. Okay, or you may get news of a person, so you may meet somebody, right? And this person's very grounded. Um, they're very hardworking. And so sometimes, and they move very slow, so sometimes that can kind of throw you off, thinking that they don't like you, or thinking, but it's just because they get focused on something, and they're more about their career and what they're doing right now instead of love. Love just is a second thing for them, right? They want love, they just tend to focus on other things right now when they're a page. Okay, so if this is about money, you have news of money coming in. You have news of something coming in. So that's how you'll be in September. I know August has been really, whew, good Lord, August has been trying you. But September is going to start, you're going to start hearing the news. Okay, so your second position, this is about, this is Spirit's advice. In September, this is the message they wanted to bring through. This is some comfort they want to give. This is understanding they want you to know. So you have new beginnings. You do have new beginnings. Your life really is changing. It's going to change. And that's for like a lot of people, everybody. I know it changes daily all the time, but I mean the bigger stuff. And so they want you to know whatever you're thinking about or whatever's been on the forefront for you, you do have new beginnings with this. This new beginning comes from nowhere. It's almost like a miracle, but you do have that full moon in Pisces coming up. So that full moon in Pisces, you may manifest something where something new comes to you. This is something that excites you. This is something that you haven't done before, but this is something new for you. So that thing is coming. It may not come in the way that you thought because it is a swords and it's like outside the box, but it is coming for you. Okay, so they want you to know that. Could be a relationship, could be a new position, could be a new job, could be, just kind of depends on where you're focused at. Now, in your third position, this is your fate, your destiny in September, what's coming through. You have the Seven of Cups. That is a beautiful, beautiful card. I love the Seven of Cups because throughout the month of September, you're going to see opportunity, 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 those seen and unseen. I know that a big focus for you has been your groups, your relationships, the way that you handle those, your boundaries that you're setting, the way that you want to engage more with people or disengage with some, right? This has been really, really focused on the forefront. And then you thought, well, I spent so much attention on that. This is over the past year or two. That now I'm going to focus on my love. And love has always been, I can always find something. Or, I'm sorry, work has always been easy for me. And then it wasn't, right? And so you were kind of like confused. What's going on here? It's never been this hard. And so that's all changing for you. And I feel like these opportunities are not just in your love area. They're in your work area. They're in your life purpose, okay? There is opportunity here, those seen and unseen. And let me say this, Pisces, the reason I always say seen and unseen, and I didn't even realize this for a while because all I do is translate the message from Spirit, and so for a while I didn't understand the seen and unseen and what that was saying, but now I understand. Seen and unseen means you can have one opportunity and not take it because you're like, no, that's not the one that I wanted. That doesn't look like what I asked for. And then it's keeping you from the opportunity or the thing that you're wanting, right? So opportunity, I always tell the Aquarians this, if you get an opportunity, say yes. Because if it's not for you, it's going to fall through anyway, right? You never know if it's that opportunity that gets you to the next opportunity that gets you to that opportunity or thing that you wanted. But you got to start opening the energy. You got to start saying yes. You got to start doing things, right? And so that's what this means with the Seven of Cups. Now, in this last position, this is the overall outcome and what you'll be working through in the month of September. Look at you. You're the Empress. You got the Empress energy. You're the Empress. Those things that you worked hard for, those things that you nourished, the things that you rooted, those are coming forth. That's your baby or your babies. That's the thing that and those are the things that you've been working so hard for, really getting centered, really being true to yourself, really being true to others, really, really taking action and being responsible. Like those are going to start coming through. That's what's coming in the month of September for you. I am so excited for you. I love you, love you, love you. Please be sure, if you want to support me, the best way to do that is to go download those videos. That's the way to support me and keep this channel going. You can also like, share, and subscribe if you'd like. I will see you in a couple of days because I'll have another video out. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.